Hi, House of the Dragon fans. Welcome to Tori Talks TV. I'm Tori.
And I'm Dr. S.
Today we're going to talk about House of the Dragon. It's season 1, episode 4, called King of the Narrow Sea. So am I super perverted for saying that I really liked this episode?
It was really good. I was engrossed in it. So yeah, like I started watching, took a couple notes, and then I just forgot that I was going to talk about it afterwards.
You know, once you get past the shock and awe of Game of Thrones content, This is like a breeze. It's
my
easy
gosh,
to get through.
I know.
Okay, well, it starts with Rhaenyra on her find a husband tour, which she abruptly stops, and when she's on the ship back, you see this dragon go over, and it's Daemon.
Yes.
And she looked a little too happy to see
She was
that
intrigued, even though he just kind of did like a drive-by and knocked her belt, like, hey there.
Yeah, a little flirtatious right off the bat, right? Okay, right out the gate. Okay, so, yeah, he's a different Daemon. He's
cute
gotten a haircut.
Oh,
new dude, new you, Daemon.
I was like, oh, brush that hair out your eye.
He needed that, yeah. And he's wearing a crown, and he's feeling victorious. So, yeah, he goes over and he sees his brother, and he's like, yeah, they made me the king of the narrow seas, but, like, you're the only king.
Yeah, like so fake.
I know.
And then they hugged. Okay. Of course, they had to have that sweet moment.
They did. And they did indeed. So they have this little party, of course, because that's what they do. They have parties. And the flirting begins.
Yes.
Daemon and Rhaenyra. So, I mean, it already started with the dragon thing. But he's looking at her differently because he's like, well, you've grown up in 4 years. And I was like, I know what you mean by that, sir. And she is a charming girl. She is.
Yeah, she's
not like other girls.
Yes, she's
fun. She's good times. Okay, so then we'll get into like the good stuff. Okay, I like how when she goes back to her room, there is a bag of treats waiting for her.
Is that a knapsack?
Yeah, and I didn't even know what that meant. I
didn't either.
Did you misplace that? Is that yours? What happened?
And she just empties it like...
You know, I would love for my husband to do that. Like just leave some hiking clothes and a little map.
A map and like there's a secret passage behind.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I mean, that could have been like a marriage proposal, just that. So yeah, so she gets into her little like street clothes and then they go and they wander the streets like incognito.
Yes.
And that looks like a really fun time. And her eyes of just like wonderment.
She saw all kinds of crazy stuff. People having sex in the doorways.
Because they do that.
When one of the people were like, hey boy, she was so excited that they thought she was boy. She's like, yes.
She's game for anything. Yes. She's really a trooper.
I know.
And never seemed scared by any of it.
No.
Just like really welcomed this like lifestyle, right? And then she even sees that play with the actors kind of making fun of her, and I love it. She's like, no. She's like, Queen Rhaenyra. Anyway, yeah. So then we end up in a brothel.
Yes.
So Daemon, Uncle Daemon, why are you bringing your niece to a brothel?
Why is he messing with her?
Yeah, like maybe like if you're trying to like help her with like that whole part of your like sexuality thing, maybe that's not the place to do it, right?
I mean, I appreciated the advice that he was giving verbally.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, so here's how things work. You know, you have to get married, it's part of the politics, but hey, you can come here to
get what you want.
Get your rocks off.
Because that's what people do.
Yeah.
They come here to get what they want. Well, apparently Daemon wants Rhaenyra because
But did he?
But did he?
I don't know. I'm confused. Or did he have performance anxiety? I don't know what
I think he came to his senses like, this is my niece, and it would be really bad for my brother, I think for a second, because he wanted it. Come on.
That's why I am not 100% sure.
He hit the wall like, oh man, I know I can't do this, but I want it.
Okay, so maybe some type of conscience took over him.
Something...
Yeah, I don't know. But then part of me was also thinking he was kind of messing with her. Like trying to get her to kind of admit her desires, and then he like stopped it.
I think that would have been better.
I don't know. And then he went to drink himself into a stupor.
To oblivion. Well, yeah, I mean, he kissed her back. They were totally...
He took off her pants.
Yeah, he was like ready to go. So I felt that the struggle he had was like, no, I can't do this. And it's not even like, oh, it's my niece, because we know the ancestral gene runs deep in the Targaryen family. But I just think he just was like, no, I can't do this. Never mind, just kidding.
I mean, I'd rather her be with him than with her little brother, who Otto recommended in the previous episode. And I think we blocked it out. We didn't mention it. But he was like, have her marry Aegon. Ew.
What the heck is going on? So again, like, first of all, I'm saying this again, like, okay, it got spicy, and I loved that this happened, because that's just what Game of Thrones does. Makes you think this is okay. No, it's just like, maybe, on my Game of Thrones bingo card, I needed to, check off incest, and I got it. So
exactly.
just kind of waiting
and we
for
already
it.
knew that the Targaryens had that in their history, so it's no big deal. I mean, not just them.
No.
Jaime and Cersei were all about it, Lannisters.
It's fine. We have just gotten used to this.
Yes.
Okay, so she's probably still feeling a little aroused. So when she gets back to her room, Criston's right there. Why not tease him with the helmet, lure him in? But she still has the playful child in her when she's playing around with him.
No words. I like how it was totally...
It was really well done.
Yeah.
As far as those things go, that was really good.
Watching how because I was intrigued by how the armor comes off.
Oh!
In, separate segments.
Oh, I was impatient. I was like, hurry!
I was like, oh, okay.
Get it off!
Like, just the shoulder at a time, and then the neck thing.
Yeah, it is a lot.
It's a lot.
I like that he does this little stance like this. He's like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, he's like, oh god, I'm probably gonna get killed for this.
Yeah, this is not good, but yeah. And then that, she is no longer a maiden.
Right.
But she's totally happy about it. And I like to see this. I like to see this different kind of a feeling. Okay, I get it. She's a teenager. Everybody relax. But she feels good about her decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good that she lies about it. So, okay. So there's this little boy who sees the whole, her coming out of the brothel and, then all these people are talking and it gets to Otto. And then Otto has to tell the king because he's the hand of the king.
Yeah.
And maybe ulterior motives. I don't know. But, so then when it is brought to her attention by Alicent.
Yes.
And they were doing really well earlier on in this episode. They seemed like they were like, I miss you too.
But they have that whole hand-holding thing, though.
They're still thinking they have...
I think that there is something, because Alicent says something to her, something about the Targaryen perversions or something that, people know about, but then it's while they're holding hands, and then she quickly releases it.
Yeah. I didn't catch that one. What made me kind of go... oh, you totally have feelings for her, is because when she was saying the whole thing about, Daemon, and she's, almost crying about it.
Yeah.
She's really upset that,
she's almost jealous.
Almost jealous. That's what I got, too.
Yep.
So, so she it could have been okay when she's like, no, we didn't do anything. We didn't have sex. We were right, because she didn't. But then when she's like, he didn't touch me. He didn't lay a hand on me.
Then it was a lie.
And she swore on her dead mother. So
yeah, that was pretty...
She's a little ruthless. Yeah, but I knew earlier on when they were making up, kind of, that, it was headed somewhere else. Yes. But whatever, she lies. It's fine. It's okay. I'm kind of liking her. I feel like she was really liberated. I mean, I always liked her.
She's kind of doing what she wants to do, at least for now.
Uncle Daemon told her to do.
Yeah.
So then you got to call out Daemon. So they bring him in his hungover state, and he doesn't deny it.
No.
He actually implies that it did happen. To his brother. Yeah. So why did he do that? Because he wants to wed her, right? He wants to marry her, and he wants Rhaenyra. He says, I want Rhaenyra. But again, is it do you want her, or do you want the throne?
Yes.
We just don't...
Yeah, and also, or is he... I mean, because part of me thinks he does care about her.
I think so,
I was kind of thinking, well, maybe he's offering it to kind of, save her. So then she doesn't have to deal with that whole wedding thing.
Yeah.
Then they can just, have their fun if they want it.
Okay, yeah.
But she doesn't have to marry anyone and have babies because she doesn't want to do that.
I think there is a layer of protection that he wants to give her as well. But I'm wondering if he finds out about her and Criston, is he going to be jealous? Because then we'll know maybe there are some feelings. Well, I already know.
Well, is there anything more with the Criston thing? Is it going to be a thing, or was she just doing her thing because she had an itch?
I think she just scratched the itch.
Yeah.
I don't know, because she was just so, worked up, and she's like, hey, you'll do.
Yeah.
You're good looking. Because she doesn't seem like that type of person to just, now she's in love.
No.
Ooh, and then in what I would consider its own little horror movie, the king calls in Alicent in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Wounds and all.
Yeah.
And she's
all over, and his missing 2 fingers.
Not into it.
Oh, and it was cross-cut with... The sexy sex.
The sexy sex, yes.
Yeah, so that was really sad.
Yeah, sure was. So then when he has to talk to Rhaenyra about this whole thing, and she's like, okay, fine, I'll marry, this guy, to keep your politics clean or whatever. And so, whatever. Then she's like, yeah, but you got to do your job as a king, because she puts it in his head that Otto might just want Aegon to be,
which he does.
Well, he definitely does. But now he doesn't necessarily deny it, because he is stripped of the title of Hand of the King.
Right.
But We remember when he was grooming his daughter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So now then the king knows it because the king called him on that very thing.
Yeah.
Right? That it was very calculated.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Yeah, it was 100% calculated. So basically Otto wants it no matter what. So he already has his daughter marry the king and give birth to a male heir. But because the king won't change who he named the heir, he had suggested also that Rhaenyra marry Aegon. Let's like get them all. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all, no matter what, it's his.
Oh,
you know what I mean? He's just like, at all angles, he wants Aegon
covered.
to be the
covered.
king. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's crazy.
But it's sad because, like, things did happen in the brothel, and he was telling the truth about that. So, like, it's just that he did have, like, this calculated strategy or whatever, but that wasn't the way.
No. No.
Ugh.
He got in trouble, but not for what he...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the very last scene, we see someone bring tea. The tea of consequences.
Morning after tea.
Yes.
Tea of consequences.
Plan B tea. To her.
Yes.
And it's from the king. It's for her consequences. So then he does think she did the deed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Okay. This poor man. I kind of feel bad for him. And he's totally dying of some, like, flesh eating.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I'm still on my diabetic thing, but I don't know why. Anyway, he's not doing well.
It was a good episode.
It was so good. And I don't want it to just be about the sex, but it was just things are moving here.
Well, yeah, and now there's going to be a whole wedding.
Yeah.
And then, people are, going to be mad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be good. But there's going to be a big battle.
You're waiting for the battle?
I don't want it.
No, I don't.
But, there's got to be. It's Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, of course. Yep. All right, everybody. Let us know what you thought of this episode. Comment below. And let us know what you think all these people's motives are. And did Daemon really want to sleep with her? Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are and comment below. Like and subscribe, and then we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.